All right, welcome everyone back to the Starfinder game, which I am calling the Strain in the Stars. Last time you went through this portion of Site 282, I believe? Site 43, whoopsies. 282 something else. Site 43. Site 43. And you were able to go through all the other little areas. You went through the bar, you went through the little hospital area, the infirmary. You went through their garage, you went through their R&D department, storage, sales, and finally coming into the
We went
main
there, we
offices.
went there, we went everywhere.
Exactly. And coming up to this part, you entering into the offices, there were two beings of interest. One was a cat head in a jar that you put onto a robot to interact with it, called Ministress Videl. And he was just absolutely stricken, absolutely sorrow stricken and sad that his friend Reginald Belthor, who was going to put guns in needy orphans' hands and give them a job, is dead. He's passed on. He was such a good man. He had high, high hopes for how marketably valuable those children were. That was the first individual, Matt, and he was the leader of a series of the less scary projects. Meanwhile, after that, and sending him towards the central area, you saw in the main office that there was an individual with a bunch of wrapped cigars on the table. Now, most everyone saw this individual for its real form, except for Coil at first. Coil thought it was just a fat businessman with normal cigars. Everyone else saw it as a bone devil who was whirling up grubs into paper and then lighting them up while the grubs are still alive. These grubs being essentially very childlike mimics, basically. Mm-hmm. That's, sentience gives you that flavor that you can't get out of tobacco. I'm just gonna say. If my tobacco was sentient, well, first off, I'd be a smoker. Second off, I don't smoke, so I don't know how it would taste. He revealed that he was exactly. It's at this point that he revealed that the red balls in each room, with a singular nail in each one, were his construction, and it's essentially hiding a soul stone from other individuals from other planes. It's basically a ritual that's keeping the signature of himself and others that enter here down. So it's obfuscation, obscuring, illusion magic, I believe, is where most of that kind of stuff comes up. And its main purpose is to give him the chance to try and find the soul stone, but it's been rather hard. You've made a deal with him, though, that he was going to take two parts of information, and that you were able to demand three things that the being would be able to keep. The two pieces of information he takes are his to keep, and you agreed that you would like to know language, uh, more about the artifact of the Starstone, and let's see.
I think it was satellite locations.
Yeah, and the other satellite locations. So, information on the Starstone, his ability to speak Common, and the other satellite stations nearby, which were. There's a number of them, but I have written down which ones will be active if you have like free time and wish to enter into those areas. Now, at this point, he states there are two areas that he believes the stones are the soul stone is probably at, since the soul stone would have been probably taken in by one of the intake valves of the the rotor rooms. So essentially, imagine this entire building as a top, and there are two rooms on large spindles that go from the center of this. And those two usually help spin, gather energy, and hold computers that kind of help maintain and reorient how gravity works within within the building. Since the power has been set up, they've slowly begun to recollect, etc., that information, and gravity and normality has returned once more. Well, normality as in there you can stand on the ground now without really needing magnetic boots.
Everything's normal. Okay.
Everything's normal as the Bone Devil rolls another cigar. A cat weeps within its jar head on top of a robot's body. You know, everything has gone back to normal. But this is where we left off. Which rotor are you interested in going to? Because there's only two rotors. There's the top rotor and the bottom rotor.
I believe we had some tools to help us pick, like detect thoughts, detect emotions.
Detect emotions would work, and so would detect thoughts. It's the alignment stuff, like detect good, detect evil, that because of this spell would be googly moogly. So going close to either one of those, you detect thoughts and emotions, though. Ow, my eye. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna. While you decide that, I'm gonna go grab a Benadryl. A bit of an ache.
Let's see.
All right, I'm back.
So we're looking at something like that.
Looking at something like what?
The map.
Oops. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, basically that's it. Well, if I could just freehand this a little. With this section right here, once having the orphanage, that being blown off.
Okay. Glad we got that cleared up.
Everything else is precisely like that, actually, in how this site looks. There's a rotor room up here, a rotor room down here. These also would be where the solar panel arrays sit. Which one would you like to go to first?
I mean, when we head into the middle, we can't just tell whether it's top or bottom.
Not particularly. There are in these areas. Those areas. There are not cameras, as it's not a place with a lot of regular foot traffic.
Okay. I'm just saying we're not getting a ping on our senses there.
You get pings on your senses, but both of them ping almost equally. There's emotions. There are
Thoughts.
there's thoughts and emotions either direction. Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's coin flip. I don't have any reason to think either side is more likely. Basically, there's 2 rooms we hadn't discovered before. We're looking for a soul stone so we can make a guy come back to life. Sort of.
How will we find the soul stone?
Use a room.
Let's just start with top, I guess, unless anybody's got another idea.
See this.
Right.
Oops, hold on.
Flashbang.
Whoops, actually that's the wrong thing. That's just a blank map. Sorry, hold on. Flashbang.
Looks like an old popcorn.
Let's see.
Maybe it's a Cheeto.
Wait, that's not correct. Hold on.
Either
Oh
way,
wait,
I'm
it's still
disgusted.
loading. Okay, that's correct. Those are correct. That's correct. Okay, excellent. Yes, well, after a bit of time. After going up a ladder, popping the hatch open and entering into here, there is a set of different lockers on the left and right. The rotor itself, the wires that are attached to the rotor, a set of stones pressed and encrusted over the wires, and then a large nest.
Space birds. Maybe it's Ridley.
Let me think. Can I have perception checks at this point?
No.
Can do, boss.
Okay, well, if it's for you.
Well, I feel special.
You should feel special.
All right, let's see. 16, 27, 26, 16. Coil and Hosalon, you know, everyone then will notice additionally that some of the wires from the rotor are running into this nest. Like it looks like not all the power is being correctly routed. And looking within, you see. Yeah. Forgot that's how this works. You see within the nest that of shredded materials, wires, non-permeable substances like plastic and rubber bands from the office. You see a collection of smooth little rocks. And then the rocks all sort of shake and little eyes open on the rocks and look at you. That's what everyone notices. Ooh, Hani Bwani, these are baby earth elementals. And hold on, I'm not done yet. Hani Bwani and Syra.
Wait, there's more.
Hani Bwani and Syra, you notice. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I had it on this already invisible, but I guess I don't. What is it called? Is it a Zotil? Zotil.
Sultan.
Yeah, Damn it, it's not that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to run with maybe this. Okay, well, I guess I'll just. I guess I had the perfect thing before, and I'm just gonna have to boil it down further and further. Oh, there we go. If the thing will spawn. Okay, I guess that one won't. Oh, nope, there we go. I just needed one of you. There's a crackle of energy, and one of the cables changes, coils, and changes in texture, and a essentially an earth elemental predator possesses one of the cables and turns on the nest, licking its lips.
Sounds lovely.
What do you guys want to do? That's true. If one of those stones is the soul stone and that thing eats it, it'll be a pain in the ass.
There are a lot of little baby stones and possibly normal stones in here. It's hard to say without actual deeper scrutiny of the nest.
If that thing eats it, it'll just be some minor surgery.
Well, if it crunches if it crunches it might not be, but we'll see.
Let's see. Do I have?
Was really expecting Saria to want to take home a little baby Earth elementals.
Can you do life science untrained?
No.
No, sadly, no.
Okay. Darn it.
I think so. One of us has to have that. And it's me. Damn, that rolled really good.
What's the life science check for?
Well, Syra's gonna ask Hani, since she knows that Hani knows more about life science. Ask if snakes actually chew, because she was under the impression they just swallow their prey whole.
But they do crush their prey first.
Earth. This is an earth elemental. It's. I believe I named it. Yeah.
I guess so.
Not all snakes.
Yeah.
Hashtag not all snakes. Um.
I've never seen a
This.
snake with molars before. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So the snake isn't just rock. This is known as an Aztez snake. It's a snake from the Earth elemental plane. It has incredible filigree over the top of its head. It essentially looks like it's wearing an Aztecan headdress, and its fangs are dangerous. You know, Ani, that those that are bitten by it can be petrified, and that it then will, once you're solid enough, it will attempt to constrict you then to crush you into more palatable bites.
Crush you.
It will then crush you, and it takes, let's see. It has fancy rules for how it gets through hardness, but I don't really need to discuss that. Let it be said that if this thing wanted to, it could probably crush the engine.
We don't particularly care about the engine, right?
Not really, no. Only if you wanted to actually salvage Site 42 would that be of any consequence.
We could, but that would just make us a big target.
Let's see. It speaks Terran, which is the Earth elemental language. It is intelligent. It eats what it considers to be soft rocks. So they'll usually not eat gems. These snakes are prized because they can tell the difference immediately between a glass replica of a gem and the real thing. Shrewd dealers within their... Yeah, they're essentially usually the merchants or the predators when they're more feral within the plane of Earth. This one seems to be coming by for a bite, a snack, apparently.
Ooh.
Well,
It is up to you if anyone can speak Terran. If not, oh well.
I don't think so.
Do. Come on. Where are the...
The common
I
and the
speak
accent.
Terran. I speak Terran.
Oh, then you hear it say to itself, what a fine little set you are. Good thing I found you while your mother is away then. I think I'll eat the youngest one. The ones with the biggest doe eyes are always the most delicious.
Syra has a weird weakness for cute things, so she's going to protect the nest. Of course, she is going to relay the information. The thing is a predator, and that's not its nest.
It begins to slither and put its head into the nest, and the small rocks, having not even developed other limbs or joints, just are only able to turn and look.
Syra is going to trick attack, and she's
No,
allowed to move
right.
her movement.
Okay.
A little closer. And now she can shoot her range, which should be for her pistol. Has the same one as her trick attack.
All right. Is your let's see.
35 is for the trick attack, which is has to be.
Ooh!
And then
What
the
was
AC.
that?
What?
All audio just became begarbled for a moment. It was actually scary. Yeah, it sounded like Dan was part creepypasta for a moment. It was just holy cow, that was terrible.
He knows the truth. He knows.
That loud, garbled, static noise. Oh my gosh.
Nobody's having a good PC day, huh?
I don't know if it was if it was a PC or the internet. I honestly don't know what that was. Can you state again what you were doing though, Syra?
I am trick attacking. I can move my movement as part of my trick attack, and then use the attack. Normally, I would use my knife, but with this range, I can use my pistol.
Excellent.
I'm going with. I did my trick attack, so 35 has to beat his. It's his challenge rating plus 10 or something. And then the second one is his AC. So is his AC 14?
His AC is higher than 14.
Darn it.
It's a
assumed
rock
so
monster.
well,
It's KAC, correct?
but let's see. No, it would be his EAC.
His EAC is also higher than 14.
Yeah, probably. I didn't think it wouldn't, but it was worth a shot. That was my turn.
Okay. So the shot goes wide, and it turns to you and hisses, saying, It's not very dexterous. So the laser fire, Syra, it's a laser?
Yeah.
The laser fire just sort of hits a rather thick patch of its scales, and it turns away from its meal to look at you, narrowing its eyes for a moment before opening its mouth and stating, "And what is this to you?" What are you doing here? It says this in Terran, though.
I protect the adorable.
Oh, the the creature sounds like it's gargling rocks because it's laughing so hard. It wipes some of the sand and grit that drops from its eyes away before it says, adventurers, dear gods. Oh, adventurers. You think you protect the young. It is asking you a question, Sarah. You think you protect the young.
Indeed.
How many have been left fatherless and motherless because of your actions? I'm just curious.
Far too many, which is why I protect them now.
Interesting. It will move around the nest, still keeping itself kind of between you and the nest for right now, or between the nest. It's putting itself in the way, basically, and it says, I don't know. My tongue felt weird. It felt weird trying to say that. I was like, I don't think that
those
came
old
out
ones
right.
again.
It's those old ones again. At this point, the serpent sort of looks at you and say, "Well, adventurer,
If they're having
me be
discussion,
frank.
can we all take movement?
Yeah, during this discussion, it just sounds like it's like sort of gravel crunching over footsteps. Basically, that is what most of Terran sounds like. It sounds like natural movements of Earth. So as it speaks to you, Syra, it says, then let me be frank with you. You have no claim to these. There are hundreds more that are of interest to you. And I'm going to have to ask you to not bother me during a meal. It's incredibly rude. How would you like it if during a visit at a restaurant, all of a sudden someone just started shooting at you, screaming about how the leaves in your salad are sentient?
I never said anything about sentient. I said I protect the cute.
Yes. Quite. I'm sure. It
That's the
turns
problem with
to
playing with a character that's smarter than you are. Cyrus should be able to have this like whole deep philosophical discussion, but I can't. I'm too stupid.
It's honey, you are absolutely correct. It is incredibly wordy. Apparently, Terran's a very effective language, but they get the speech of it gets flowery. Other languages are more aggressive or playful. I think Auran's the most playful language, if I recall right, the language of air elementals. But Earth elementals can get like exquisite and long flowing and intricate, like a gem, basically.
I'll translate the Hani.
Okay. To me, you are incredibly insane. You are just stopping me from enjoying a meal. And you're saying, oh, because it's cute, I must stop it. Do you know of... Let me see. Do you know of the barbecue that is created by one Simone de Beauvoir? No one has a problem with thousands upon thousands of pigs being butchered, but you're going to stop me because you were able to see me eating something that looked cute for once.
I'm not going to talk with him. I'm going to trick attack again.
I was gonna say the snake's got a point, but
Yeah.
we are just looking for a particular thing.
It takes the bullet, and you do get over at CR. Deal damage.
Oh, that's the extra damage.
And the original damage. All right. It takes 18 damage. A particular portion of its scales fall forward, and it says, "Now see, this is just incredibly rude." And it does not attack. It does not get aggressive. It just looks at you patiently, like saying, "And you're going to continue your slaughter of someone who's just going to try and enjoy a meal, I assume."
Honey, am I the bad guy here? I'm confused.
You might be.
But the cute, I have to protect it.
People eat cute little cows all the time. It's the natural order of things. And it's just perspective.
So the snake actually pauses and says, "So if I was cuter, you would have allowed me to eat these things. So you're just saying that it's ugly people that are the criminals."
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, what if the snake was cute? That's all.
Cyrus now having a was it a
existential crisis?
Yeah.
The
cute things must be protected.
I'm going
hands
to
on her head, going, "But am I the bad guy? What's going on here?"
I'm going to nonchalantly and non-threateningly just start walking up to the nest to look through it. I want to see if the snake tries to stop me.
The snake moves its coils just out of the way, but it's keeping one eye on you, one eye on Syra.
Okay. I want to
like
look
a chameleon.
I want to look for the soul
Right?
stone. Yeah.
Oh, good. See.
I was gonna say maybe we could just ask it if we could look for something before it enjoys its meal, but I thought that might be
underneath a set of two of these fist-sized little earth elemental bears, you are able to find a glowing white stone. And as you touch it, memories and thoughts unbidden arrive within your mind.
So that's what we're looking for?
Oh yeah, you're as you're touching it, you're beginning to experience you're beginning to experience and remember things that are not yours.
Okay.
Essentially.
I'm going to pick it up and walk back with it.
All right. At this point, Hani.
Yes.
At this point, your face distends. Your body begins to grow hair at an accelerated rate. Your chest begins to become flatter and smoother. A tail bursts forth from beneath your clothes.
Oh, jeez. Just getting used to this one.
And you're back to normal, your original race before. And your original gender.
I have mixed feelings about this, but I'm glad to be back.
That material, what's it called? That trap only is supposed to last for about an hour.
Seems like it lasted a little longer than that. Yeah. I guess I'm an alien physiology. Of course, we all are. Cool. Can you not just change the token on the character I already had?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, can you?
Let me see. Hold on.
Can I?
I'll see. Mm,
Ani, Bolani, Ani, Bolani, Ani, Bolani, Ani.
Let's see. When I do this, I hit this. No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
Let me just boop that one out of existence. Let me move the stat bars over real quick.
There you go. And I can.
Oh, there we go.
I'm surprised it let me delete a token.
I think we can do that an awful lot. But there we go. The snake looks incredibly shocked as you essentially just change forms in front of it. It's like, oh, good lord.
Or change.
That's going to put me right off my meal. Don't do that.
Yeah, you just made it lost its appetite. Nice job.
Well, if
If
I could
you
talk
want
or
to-
understand it, I would make a comment about snakes shedding.
If you want to, you can attempt to do just that with a bluff. Sort of just like languidly remove the, because there's still some material left that you can just kind of scrape off your body from when you had turned human. There's a bit of like a human ear over your original Astamoy ear, or whatever your race is called. Dang it! I know it's not Wayang. I know it's something else. But if you really want to, you can just try and put this snake off of its meal completely.
Do I even understand that the snake is grossed out?
Yes, you understand that as you're changing, you look at around, you see the snake has sort of just like slithered back a little ways and is like trying to avoid you now. It's like, oh, good lord, whatever it has, I don't want to catch. Wear your masks, people. COVID is serious. It makes you change your entire species.
Shit, I gotta go catch me some.
Wait, Honey's back to normal?
Yep, back to
Yeah.
monkey.
Wow.
And my
You
spells
can
are
change
effective.
your.
I said my spells are much more effective again.
Yes. And you're also not able to wield weapons of anime proportion and size.
Right. Nah.
Well, you see, there's this point in everyone's life.
I don't
It's
know.
like, oh my gosh, is that how puberty works?
I'll maybe proffer some to the snake.
All right, you remove the once like humanish ear. Can I have a bluff check? You're essentially just trying to sicken it with this, though.
So what? You don't need only things that are cute, right? Not that he understands common.
The snake turns to Cyrus like, why is it proffering me some of its shedding?
Protect
We shed in private on the Earth plane.
Sarah's having an existential crisis still. She doesn't know.
It says, actually, let me just check. Oh, its wisdom's abysmal. It's like, this is outright off-putting. I'm going to go back to my own plane and I'll eat there then. And it will remove itself, place its tail into one socket, bite the once loose end of the cable, and just Poof. Go back to the elemental plane of Earth.
This is the first enemy we've defeated by being gross.
By being what?
Gross.
I think so.
I didn't
Testing,
mean to do
testing.
Hello.
Hello?
Yo,
Nope.
Yeah, apparently I didn't have my RTX voice up because of rebooting my computer so many times, so the stream could not hear me this entire time. Not that I've talked much, but
Jeez.
thank
The
Fanny for pointing that out.
Huh?
Said thank Fanny for pointing that out.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Fane.
Thank you, Fanny. Gonna hit subscript.
Well, there you go, Saria. The day is saved.
By Hani being gross.
Not
was-
intentionally.
I missed the gross thing. What happened?
Oh, Hani turned from an anime girl to a monkey.
And then offered one of the snake one of my old ears.
Oh, good grief.
The snake
So-
was put right off.
Not worth the trouble, I guess.
Yeah. Was there anything else in the nest that I noticed, or no? Other than little rock babies.
No, the little rock babies will sort of like, as you're moving your hand, they'll jostle your hand and like try. It feels like they're just trying to nuzzle slash like bump against your hand, like they're trying to understand what you are. Because when they I guess the words embrace, when they brush up or embrace against one another, there's the sounds of, rocks tumbling and clacking together. When they try to do that to your hand, they are just like, it doesn't make clacky noises. Why doesn't it clack? So they just bump and jostle your hand and nuzzle it, trying to figure it out.
Sorry, it doesn't
It
want to
probably
come
doesn't
rock.
feel. It probably doesn't feel super comfortable, but it's not. It's not aggressive. Clearly born out of curiosity, not maliciousness.
Yeah. I'm surprised Saria doesn't want to go cuddle with the rocks.
Sarah's still having a bit of an existential crisis, realizing she may or may not be an asshole.
We're gonna make Saria watch some nature documentaries when we get back.
Ooh, subscribe.
Nature documentary, subscribe.
Well, nature documentary as well as I found Shay's YouTube real quick, so I was like, ooh, subscribe. Subscribly biddly. I just wanted to do that real quick. But yeah, you have found the soul stone successfully. There was a 50-50% chance of it being in this rotor or the other rotor.
You want to bond and look into the other room? Just to
Hmm?
fully explore?
Did you want to look at the bottom rotor?
I'm just asking everybody, do we want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we didn't find what we were looking for here, right?
No, we did.
Oh,
You
we did. Never
Hani
mind then.
holds in his hand a stone that is clear, glowing, and as he holds it, he's remembering his first kiss on a distant moon with a girl, holding her hand. Wait, that's not my memory. And Hani has to sort of, once you put it into a bag or something, the effect stops, but direct contact makes you start to remember things or consider things that you're like, wait, that's not my thought. It's all sort of disjointed and fuzzy.
You're right back. I'm going to reboot Discord real quick just to test something.
Okay.
You know, if I can actually make Discord close. There it goes. Okay, I'm back.
The map.
Welcome back.
Yep, that fixed it.
How's up?
There. Subscribe to
Hey.
your YouTube channel.
Good stuff.
So,
Hey,
do we
Doug.
want to check the bottom area to see if there might be something we can find down there?
Yeah. Hey, Doug, you want to hold this for a second? I want to see what happens.
Bark. Okay. And as it holds it in its mouth for a bit, it pauses and then just like sort of drops it on the ground. Well, it doesn't throw it; it just like sort of puts it on the ground gingerly and pops it from its mouth and says, "I don't like this. It makes me think things that aren't dog-like. I am very good at being dog. This is not going to help me be a good dog."
You're a good dog, George. Sarah pets George.
Bark, indeed.
Okay, just curious. Thank you for cooperating.
Ark.
Good, Doug.
I see no reason not to. Bark.
It is just the weirdest dog ever.
Yeah,
Or
dog.
mimic,
That's
what
what
do
we're
you-
still calling him, right?
It's a mimic. What did you expect? And also, it's a mimic that is trying to mimic something that it's never, in its own experience, fully seen. It's just seen like hollow vids of it.
I forgot to mention something to you, Basil. I posted it in the general chat on our Discord here. Just wanted to point it out to you that this exists.
Give me one moment.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Sorry.
Ooh, crud. I gotta hit cancel on that. Move to this. Okay. So this part is the bottom rotor room, and essentially, without a lot of complex details, I'm just gonna say, these
Those look like
stones.
big piles of shit.
Those are stones. Those are actual stones, and they are.
Oh, those look like Jurassic Park. Just saying.
It's a huge dinosaur, but no.
Would that
It
make this a
says-
food golem?
No, give me a moment. These are all large, dense rocks that actually help redirect gravity. These dense rocks are essentially what turns a spiraling shape and form and redirects that gravity and force downwards. These rocks are essentially why you're able to walk around on very different platforms with very little rhyme or reason because this magic essentially just bends the natural law of how gravity and force works and makes it more convenient.
So we don't get pulled apart when we come into this room?
No, there is a large golem though that is made of a similar material.
He's gonna
And
try to pull us
it,
apart, apparently.
Huh? No, it actually attempts to.
Gonna
It
grab a
looks
drink real
like
quick.
it's trying to converse with the rocks. And it's speaking in Terran, and it says, "But Margaret, I understand you're happy with your work here. Really, I do. I understand you're a career woman that doesn't need a man like me. But think of what we could be if you just left here." There's no apparent sound or noise coming back from the rock, but he looks pensively and he says, "I guess I'll just come back later then. I trust you're happy here, but there's just so much more that I feel your life could be than just assisting some defunct station."
Just staring at Saria, waiting for.
Sorry, you want to talk about the soap opera of rock with the rock golem?
Is that a rock opera?
It's a rock opera, yes.
Wow.
Do I know about that?
Yes, there's people.
Do you know about rock
he's
opera?
He's speaking in Terran.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, he's speaking in Terran. The other rock, you don't hear it, but he seems to be hearing something. He's close enough to maybe feel the vibrations. Mayhaps she's answering just via vibrations, and he's using tremor sense in order to listen to her in turn. I've always been there for you, and your family is so proud that you've moved to being such a functional part of this society. But it's really just a defunct old station. I don't think this place has run for a few years now, has it?
I'm going to translate to Hani.
You think this is essentially a rock guy trying to talk to the rock office lady?
Yeah.
With the rock opera going on?
Syra, as you get closer, you feel vibrations, and indeed, the rock is saying back in Terran, well, some just don't appreciate the hard work and effort that I put into getting all the way here.
I don't know what it's saying, but that's a lot of vibration for my newly formed sensories.
Oh yeah, honey, if you have vibration or tremor sense, you're like, oh, that one's moving a lot.
Yeah.
See, you say that, T, about her voice. The only thing I can think of is the lady from Monsters, Inc.
The slug one?
Yeah.
Oh, if you want me to do that one.
that because it took so long for me to get where I'm at.
It's not that, it's just the fact that no one appreciates how hard it is to hold a stable job in a different reality, a different dimension than just the Earth plane. No, there's good people there too that would love to have you back. You're all just trying to hold me down. I'll spread my wings and fly.
You could tell them this station will probably be somewhat back to operational in,
Pyro, what do you want to do? Do you want to
translate? Because
oh, you don't want to try and interject yourself here whilst the rock golem tries to get his once erstwhile girlfriend back to the Earth plane?
she's still wondering if she's actually evil. So,
Oh, Cyrus just kind of autopiloting this part. Even though I put a literal rock soap opera in. Oh, I feel so betrayed.
she's having an existential crisis. She's not fully operational.
Oh, what a shame.
You need to install
This is
cords into
so
Cyrus' CPUs.
stupid.
I thought this was a stroke of genius. First off, I like the idea that these rocks.
No, it's funny.
Enough
Yeah.
to be all this, and then I came up with this rock soap opera that I thought was really good.
Which wouldn't have even worked if Syra didn't speak Terran.
No, you would have just had one rock golem grumbling essentially at a rock that was vibrating.
Yep.
But I really appreciate that Syra has Terran.
Resorting to violence like we always do. We probably would have fought and killed the snake.
We probably could cast detect thoughts and figure it out, maybe.
Oh yeah, detect thoughts.
This is way more interesting than
Or
that.
is that language dependent?
The rock golem approaches and puts a hand gently on the rock, and the rock sort of like spins and knocks his hand away. He's like, hold on, I actually have names for them. Opal, don't be like this. You know that it's just been a long time. You've been working so many hours. You should just come back even for a vacation. No, I have a big deadline coming up. I'm certain that that the job wouldn't be able to, this place wouldn't be able to run without me here. Opal, I understand. Brock, I don't care.
Oh, Bull and Brock?
The stone golem is Brock. The large thing that
The
just
rock
looks like
gym
a
leader?
Yup.
God damn it.
So is this commentary on how all the people in the different towns look the same?
Wow.
Not to Brock. Brock thinks Opal is the gem of his eye.
The opal of his eye. How
The
could you miss
opal
that?
of his eye, indeed. I don't know, but I'm
It
just
was
so
right
happy.
there,
I'm
staring
just
at you
so happy I get to do that.
in the face.
Opal, please, don't be like that. I'm sorry, Brock, but it's over.
It's like
I
for
want to
Jenny.
be here.
The
What do you mean? I've moved on. Brock actually takes a step back in horror. Moved on? But you've only been here 20 years. That's nothing on the elemental plane of Earth. I know, but things move fast here, Brock. Faster than you ever would have acted.
Do
And
we actually
here
know
I've
what
met...
Earth is?
Huh?
Or does Syra? Is
Syra
Earth
knows what the
common
elemental
knowledge?
plane... Everyone sort of has an idea of what the elemental planes are. Actually going there is a different story.
Welcome back.
Just
Hello?
fixing Discord.
Okay.
It's not a live stream if there's not technical difficulties, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But, Syra, what do you want to say? As Brock is about to ask, who did you meet here? Well, Brock.
I'm gonna translate.
You're translating. Are you watching like, I need some popcorn?
No,
I
she's
actually
on
have-
autopilot,
I have like
Syra,
half
what
a
happened?
page.
her life decisions up to this point.
I have half
Okay,
a page.
Syra?
I have half a page of rock opera.
Hey, you didn't even know if we could understand this, and you have our opera written out.
It's a very basic opera, but I like it. Who have you met, Opal? Well, Brock, you see my friend to the right of me? There's a lighter rumble, Syra, from this rock.
Good.
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Indication.
That's Travanite. Travanite? He's very modern. Oh, sorry. He's very modern.
Why did she turn into Danny DeVito?
Is she supposed to be the slug from Monsters Inc? I don't remember. It was a request. Travanite, you son of a bitch. And let's see.
Sorry, will you come with me? Since I assume she's
At this point, this rock moves, and I need everyone to make a reflex save as the gravity begins to actually be thrown off.
I rolled a 20.
Excellent.
I'm gonna try
Honey,
to
excellent.
provide.
Hoslan,
I'm gonna get some water real quick.
reflex save as gravity is literally being shifted as a rock golem and a giant gravity rock are about to have an argument.
I want to try to provide some counseling.
Just a reflex save?
Reflex save, friend.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Cubby is thrown to the ground.
You caught me.
He's got treads.
Cubby's got treads and he gets just overbalanced.
I was too
Hoslan,
enthralled in the rock drama.
Oh my god. Honey, you are able to, via Syra acting as your translator, you are able to try and reach a more satisfying conclusion than Rock Monster and Gravity Rock trying to attack each other. What would you like to do?
I don't want to like word for word play this out. Not a psychologist or a therapist, but I wanted Honey to try to talk them through it and help him move on and reach conclusion.
So you want Brock to move on and Opal and Travanite to stay.
Yeah.
All right. With that 32 and Syra's semi-stunned help, Brock just sort of blinks and a few pebbles escape from his dark blue sardonite eyes, and he says, I guess if she's happy, this is for the best. It's just part of a long stretch of Earth back on the plane of Earth. I guess I was too small size for her. Fine then. You better treat her well, Travanite. There's a rumble from the large boulder as if to say, yeah, square up and we'll see what happens. Oh, Travanite, behave.
Sounds terrible.
But Brock just sort of turns around dejected. Just reaches out into a panel. Syra, via your help, you're able to defuse what was about to be a violent situation between Gravity Rock and Rock Golem. And the Rock Golem's just kind of being told to move on, just move on from here. This isn't worth it, man. There's many more rocks in the quarry, is what Hani says at one point.
Plenty of diamonds in the rough.
There's plenty of diamonds in the rough, better than Opal. It's just like, and Brock just sort of sighs and says, yeah, you're probably right, man. And just dejectedly reaches into a metal panel and he sort of sinks through it towards the elemental plane of Earth. Where other portals are like ringed with fire, or they're accompanied with a gust of wind or a bit of water leaking out, the elemental plane of Earth's portals are usually just sort of dusty and firm and slow. But progressively he moves away. And Opal will say to you, Syra, thank you. That big lummox just cannot appreciate how far I've come in life, okay? Like, I can understand him being sad, but really, it's my life. I need to move on. And he should have moved on too.
There we go.
Well, that was interesting.
Enlightening.
If we hadn't come down here, this whole place might have got
Only
perfect.
combat
I wouldn't-
encounters, even though I do have stats for them both. I don't just write combat encounters.
I don't know how
Sometimes I
enlightening it
dream.
was. I only heard, Ocelon's side of that conversation.
You got to hear Saria talking what they're saying. Because I didn't understand them either.
Yeah, well, sorry I was translating for you.
Yeah, and you got to hear
Oh,
that
yeah,
too.
translating back. I guess, yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
With that, there won't be an issue with gravity later on. With a rock golem of 2 or 3 of them coming to try and get Opal to come back to the elemental plane of Earth because he's moved on. So meh. But there you go. You do
Psychology
gain
is coming a
experience
lot
for
more
this.
handy than I thought it would. Psychologist comes in handy quite often.
It actually does, because a lot of the characters I have are kind of unhinged. Sometimes it's just like, oh dear. And sometimes it's just nice to have someone to talk you through it, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go finish our deal.
All right.
Oh, wait. Obligatory look for loot.
This is a very weird satellite.
Yes, it is.
Honey, you find 2 geodes. They
They're not.
Ah!
They're not sentient, are they?
I remember. They have little clasps on them, and as you open the clasp, there's a picture of Brock on one side and a picture of a large boulder, which you assume is Opal, on the other. And the geode is essentially like a memory clasp. As you take it, Syra, you hear Opal say, "Oh, you can take that dingy thing away. I think it's time that I just let that go as well." The inside is beautiful. There are crystals of different shapes, colors, proportions, and it's well worth 8,000 credits as an art piece.
Damn.
Wow. So, I know half you aren't going to get this, but is that a memory gem?
Is it a memory gem?
No, it's just a term from Echoes of Mana.
Oh.
Another
I was
game.
like, is that an actual something I should look out for? Is that something you want me to try and throw out?
No. If anything's a memory gem in that sense, it's the Soul Stone we're carrying.
Bruto.
Oh man. It's just it's just like 3/4 of a beautiful page written down, a love triangle.
Where'd that lightning sound come from?
I don't know.
Didn't hear it.
That's weird. I don't know why I heard it.
It's like lightning sound. What? Maybe someone threw something into a garbage bin. It's just loud AF.
Did that come through on stream? That was weird.
I didn't hear anything.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
It didn't come through on Discord.
I know it didn't come through on Discord, but like transmitting a lot more than that on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought No, I did it. I did it right. Okay.
Was it you playing with trigger fire or sound alerts?
All right, there we go. The Bone Devil sits behind the desk and looks excitedly.
I ain't going in
As
there.
you
I'm
approach.
gonna hide behind this wall.
What, you think he's gonna smoke you?
Fuck, I don't know.
It's true, maybe he would. All right, I put the Soul Stone on the table.
And he will say, he will just consider it, run a finger over the soul stone. The light inside shudders as he touches it. And he says, "All right, do you mind what type of body it gets? You just want something normal?
Something humanoid?
Preferably. I imagine you don't want some sort of construct of bones and spider shape. Make it very unorthodox and very uncomfortable wherever it goes then. Let me see. He goes through the desk, just looking through random things, and finally comes across just a sort of a sketch artist's mannequin. And he'll put that on the table, as well as a plush doll. Let's see if I can find
Are there
it.
no any like
We're gonna turn him into
larger
Chucky now.
ones around? Like the one we fought?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are there no like larger mannequins things around, like the one we fought that one time?
Yeah, hold on, let me see. So there's the doll. Little mannequin.
Uh Not really.
It's like one of the only doll assets that actually looks good. I wish I was joking. There's another word for mannequin. What is it?
Oh no. You couldn't find any other ones, huh?
There are others, but they don't look as good. I'm gonna be
That looks
honest.
good to you?
Yeah, can we
There's
pick a less looking good one then, or something?
Zig. I mean, literally, these other ones all look like horror movie trope. Like, for real. Freaking look at this. There's that one. There's this one that comes with a little monocle.
Monocle. Use the monocle.
Yeah, that's gentlemanly.
But this one's cute.
No, no, it's not.
He pulls his little string and he says terrible things. All right. There we go. And he says, I could give it a wooden body or a cloth body. And he just gestures between the doll and the mannequin. There's nothing untoward about these objects, unlike that other icon. There's nothing untoward, demonic, marked about any of these. They just look like normal items each.
And they're both going to function similar anyways.
He nods. He if that was a question to him, but he says yes, absolutely. So just allow the being to walk around with you as an individual. Wouldn't need to eat, wouldn't need to sleep. Would be able to answer your questions.
Whichever one looks more like articulatable, more jointed, more.
Definitely this one then. The cloth one looks like it would have to waddle to places because there aren't enough joints sewn into it.
Because I imagine that this person's gonna want to try to have an occupation.
Or, just become a murderer.
Well, that seems like a great solution.
I just feel like we're just creating Chucky right now, that's all.
All right. He takes the soul stone, drags the mannequin to the center, moves his carefully rolled cigars to the side, and says, all right, let me just... he nips his own thumb, draws over it in blood, will proceed to then tap the soul stone twice to its forehead, and then crack the soul stone with his hand. And the light flows from the cracked soul stone into the mannequin thereafter.
Like I said, I am hiding behind the wall, but I am kind of peeking to keep an eye on him. Can I roll mysticism just to see if he, from what I can tell, he's
Doing
honoring the deal?
Process, right? Yeah, absolutely.
I've rolled a 16.
You would say yes, but this isn't something you've thoroughly studied. Maybe if you watched more videos on it, maybe this is like that part of YouTube that you occasionally go like, oh yeah, that's interesting, but you never really get to watch any of those videos.
So
it's not something you have a...
But I want
you can also roll mysticism.
I want to study the process so that if we have to do it someday, I can maybe try.
Ooh, that's a higher DC. I do have a DC for that, but go ahead. Oh my gosh.
Well then.
34 new hits.
You want to know the funny thing? The DC was 30.
Wow. Well done.
Bonnie, you think you could replicate this this spell, or this ritual as it is? It's called a soul binding ritual. It allows you to bind a loose soul or personality that could be a matricy, AI, etc. to a body. So you could magically bind an AI to a new body.
Sweet.
So you can put that down as a ritual ability. This is something that has no DCs. It cannot try to be forced into a body that already has a personality within it. If you try to do that, it instantly fails. But you do have this ritual now.
All right, what did you say it was called? Bind personality?
Yes, the ritual. It's called the ritual of binding. It binds a personality to a construct.
What level should I put that as? Or should I put it as an ability, special ability?
You should put it as a special ability.
Okay.
And also the blood part's superficial. You don't take actual damage doing that, but it is required.
Yeah.
But yeah, as he does that, the mannequin, after a time, sits up on the desk and sort of looks around and turns to you. It has a sort of, what's it called? Sort of nutcracker-esque mouth and jaw. It tests this feature for a moment before it says, where am I? How long has it been? The Bone Devil just sort of shrugs and says, he's all yours now. You can fill him in on information hereafter. It's not entirely my problem. I received what I needed. And he takes the 2 halves of the soul stone that are left and consumes them. And you see that there is a small mote of light in one of them, which is probably what he wanted, was a original piece of information. But he has kept to his promise and his deal.
What was this guy's name?
The CEO?
No,
No,
the demon.
The demon. Did we ever learn it?
He has not given his name. He would just say, my name's Bones.
Bones, huh?
Thank you, Mr. Bones.
Well, if you wanted my real name, you'd be able to summon me at a moment's notice. You don't hand out your number to everyone you meet now, do you?
Who knows? Maybe you want to do business later.
Do you want my number?
He actually pauses and says, would you actually want to do business later?
I mean,
He's
this
reaching
deal
into
worked
one
out.
of the drawers for a business card as you say that.
I mean, it
do I know of
worked out
anything?
really well for us, didn't it? Maybe we shouldn't cut off this.
Yeah.
This burn this bridge.
He says, if you're really interested, and he'll draw a set of symbols onto a business card. And as he draws the symbols, the prior information wipes away clean. And only his information, his name is there. He is known as, we will call him
Weird thing. I just wanted to know the character's name.
He hands you a business card and it says Burloth. To contact, please place 1 drop of blood upon the card.
Huh.
And he says, I would prefer it be your own blood. If you are squeamish, though, animal blood works as well. He looks at the dog and he says, sorry, boy, I just had to spill it to him. The dog looks up at Hoslon like, please don't bleed me.
Of course.
Bark, thank you.
I wouldn't want to upset Syra or what was the dog? George? Is that his name?
Dog's name is George.
Yep.
He's got a pretty basic mimic stat line. I'm pretty happy with George. But yeah, the Bone Devil just sits back down and says, well, if there's nothing else that's necessary, you can remove the nails if you want to. His soul essence isn't free for anything passing by to just snag. If you want to remove the nails, you can. If you want to leave him here for a time, that's fine too. But nothing from the plains of Avernus or the plains of heaven currently can see us. And, well, he smiles and says, if you've ever wanted, God-proof walls so that people didn't want to see what you're doing, am I right?
Would it block divination from this own plane?
Huh?
Would it block divination from this plane?
He says, "Yeah, it garbles it. It would come through staticky at best. At worst, you wouldn't receive anything. At best, you're just getting like maybe a tenth of the message."
Well, I think that's very handy to have, considering how much divination magic the Oxen seem to use.
Yeah.
He shrugs and says, "Glorious Eternal uses it an awful lot as well. He has that whole moon above his planet. Everyone thinks it's just a weapon, but it actually acts as a information gathering satellite as well.
It's good to know.
Rather potent thing, that moon." He takes a deep drag of one of his cigars and before blowing a moon shape, a crescent moon
AFK.
out in a sort of semi smoke ring, and says, "What I'd love to get some of my hands on that information." But yeah, I'd say just stay away from that kind of stuff right now. I'm gonna be honest. As nice as you adventurers are, I don't think anyone's ready to try and go toe to toe with that thing.
Yeah.
It'd be deeply unpleasant to, get lasered into dust.
Yeah, as a rule of thumb, that's not a great thing to have.
Yeah, you can have that information for free. That's generous.
Very generous.
Anyways, mannequin, get off my desk for right now. The mannequin sort of looks at him and says, "This isn't really your desk, though. It is for right now. Don't argue." So the mannequin gets onto its feet shakily as it's getting used to its new body. But I do have a name. I thought I had a name for the CEO. Give me one moment.
So I think we're done with this space station, yeah? Time to go back to the ship? Maybe?
The mannequin will turn and say, I still don't understand what I'm doing. It's been so odd. I just remember wanting to save the kids, the orphans that were here." He pauses for a moment and he says, "Oh my gosh, did that entire project go through that would make them into little soldiers? Oh my gosh, that was the worst idea ever."
That
Did
didn't
it?
happen, right?
They all died before that really got
Oh.
in swing.
Yeah, that's so we say it didn't happen. We just need to know the details.
All right. He wipes his brow, a wooden hand clanking on, or clunking on wooden forehead, saying, "Okay, thank goodness. It's just it was a
Yes, I
deeply
can honestly
disturbing
say that Project Orphan never got off the station.
project. What's it called? Project Nanny." He
Oh yeah,
says,
Project
thank
Nanny.
goodness." He
Project
says,
Nanny
"Thank
never
goodness.
left the station.
Thank goodness." Was it your hands that and words that helped prevent that, or was that just someone finally coming to their senses on how bad of an idea that was? I mean, child soldiers. Who? What would they think of next? Having them ride around in mechs? Gundam fans are angry.
I'm not good with diplomacy or bluffing or lying, so
You can say something. It's up to you. You can pose it however which way you wish.
let's just say the lot of projects came to a halt on the station. Suddenly.
He seems to not remember how he died. I will say that.
Does he know he's dead? Let's ask that question.
He says, "Well, I'm in a body that definitely doesn't feel like my old one. That much I'm certain of." His name, by the way, is Plutos.
We're on Plutos.
You ever see the movie Chucky?
Says that old Holovid series. Oh, it got garbage after 3. Feed of Chucky, was it? Oh, he actually shudders, and the wooden joints sort of click and clank together. He just goes, "Oh dear God, dear gods! I mean, dear gods!
Why would you bring this up?
Why would you bring this up? That was more horrifying than the other Chuckies put together."
Well,
Congratulations, you're Chucky.
might want to look in a mirror.
He'll come around the corner and go to this fountain over here, peer over into the water, and then go, and then turn to you and go, "I'm not as ugly as Chucky, let's be honest."
Well, I think we can agree
That's
with that.
fair.
First off, I'm not a redhead, which is a huge blessing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you can to be
Coil,
that,
you
that
wanna
low-key
roll sense
racist, you
motive?
take it, eh?
Coil, you want to roll sense motive on that?
Sure. Let me roll 1d20 plus nothing.
You think that was a joke on his part? You think that was just a bit of levity? It's a bit harder for him because his mouth is now just a wooden block for him to smile or emote. But you think by the tone of his voice that he was just saying that in jest.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do I know much about how easy it is to modify his vessel, or without, screwing up his soul?
Yes, it would be easy. And unless I'd say around 50% of it was destroyed, that would be the only way he died. If you removed the head, the rest of the body would still work and you'd be able to modify it.
Okay. So he could augment and be fine.
Yes. For right now, he's just like a CR1 half construct, basically. He doesn't have a lot of combat training. He doesn't have... Actually, let me just see.
Well, I wasn't worried about that. I was just worried, thinking about, him getting into a more comfortable shape.
Mm-hmm. But CEO Plutos used to be a human, so the humanoid shape is very...
Oh, you say that because he's just a tiny little wooden doll. I'm just picturing him like that scene in Men in Black where that little alien inside the humanoid robot's head.
That would be actually pretty baller. I wish I had thought of that. A lot of cool stuff. I had a rock opera, so there. I am very happy with my rock opera.
You failed to have a rock lobster.
I did not have a rock lobster. I had a rock snake, though.
Not yet.
Had a rock snake, though. I'm pretty happy with that as well. All right.
The campaign is young.
Oh, it is. There's still much to go for right now. Everyone's what, level 7?
6?
No, 6.
Level 6 for right now? Okay, yeah.
He
Well,
wants
by the
to make
next
us
one-
stronger than we are.
By the next one, we should be level 7. Okay. Should be like 7.5. We're approaching on the wealth as well. Yeah. Exciting. All right.
I mean, you get a chance to spend it one day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At this juncture, though, he says, "So why did you bargain for my return?"
Honey?
We needed his help for something, didn't we not?
We thought he would be a useful ally in the battle against the Eternal...
Glorious
what's
Eternal.
his face? Glorious Eternal.
He says, he was
Or
I
like
mean
the
that
Vainglorious
leader
Eternal.
of what's it called? Leader of, I was about to say Akaton, but that's not it. Good heavens. Eox. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting heard what I just said.
But pardon me. He'll in turn just say, "Oh, well then, fair enough. What can? Ooh. Oof, goodness. Why am I yawning?
Tired? Brain lacking oxygen?
Brain lacking oxygen. That's a word for it.
Breathe deep, deep. Not that
Not
deep.
that deep.
I was gonna say, decided to drink
That
water.
didn't work out like I hoped. Oh, I'm a gag. Hold on, I need to drink some water.
Oh, jeez.
Ugh. I'm seeing spots. Hold on. Oh gosh.
You okay there?
I've had better sleep, but yeah, I'm okay for now. Okay. He'll say, I mean, I do have information and knowledge. I'll assist where I can in turn. Did anyone else make it?
We have a cat.
Your
head.
murder bot?
He shudders at that and he says, "Oh, that old thing. Why we accepted that being brought in, I will never know." And then when you say the cat, he says, "Ministress Vidal? Oh, he's a delight. Well, at least one of the heads of study made it. Thank goodness."
I mean, sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
I mean, it's both, personality's still there, I guess.
Oh, then I mean, he was ahead when he was working for us before.
Oh, okay. Little weird, but okay.
Well, the three professors stated they wanted a much more unified office space, and then they're like, "Well, office space isn't enough. We should just unify bodies." And instead of just having to have a three-headed body, they went with a body that would allow them to allow for one to have to work and the other two to just be in a relaxed state.
Was a really weird
They just wanted
decision.
to take heads of department very literally.
Yes, they really did. Oh gosh, I wish I had come up with that. Yes, they really did. They really did. Man, I didn't.
And there's George.
Me, yes, hi. He says, "Hello,
Yes,
George."
Lord.
He's our dog.
So
He's
bad news, but it was necessary. A couple of your memories, and we don't know what, are missing. But it was necessary to get you back that way.
He sort of frowns at that and says, "Okay, I guess I'll just be. I'll take from that what I will."
So sorry. Just thought you should be aware.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Gosh, I forgot how much fun that was. Sorry. He says, "Well, as long as I guess someone made it. Did any of the members of security make it?"
There was security?
He points to your tablet and says, "Yes, you're using one of their tablets right now."
Oh, no, nobody.
Oh. Do I want to know how long I've been dead, or should I just wait for that one?
Oh, it's been like.
I'll
2
just
years, right?
say how many years it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say 25, and the mannequin just sort of stands there, hands sort of like clenching and unclenching for a moment. He says, "Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot to process. That's actually a lot more to process than I thought. Okay. Well then, this juncture, I guess. I guess it's best we just move forward with whatever your plans are, and I attempt to help. 25 years, 25 years, 25 years. He says it like a mantra, just trying to be like, if I say it, it'll make the blow easier. He'll make the blow easier.
There's been a lot of scientific advancements in the last 25 years. I'm sure you'll be interested in seeing.
He says, well, if you give to me a communicator, I can find most of those, I'm sure. I mean, Abadar Cork was always on the cutting edge of success.
You can borrow mine, but I want it back.
Says,
We'll get you
thank
your own later.
Well,
Yeah, you can just
that's
use a
fair.
terminal on the ship when we.
Yeah, but that's on the ship, and that's like a ways away. If he wants to start looking at stuff now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
He says, I can. No, he'll say, I can wait. But at this point, so the next question I have is, y'all wanted to go to the jungle box, as that had a living weapon in it.
Right.
did I do that already, or is this a different place?
That's a different. You were given the option between Site 42 and a jungle box, and you finished this in actually pretty good time. I did have written down possible they may sleep between each and every room. So I actually gave you a pretty wide berth of time, and this allowed you actually to you have time to reach the jungle box.
Yeah, we
I
slept
mean-
like once, maybe twice.
Yeah, you still have 2 cycles, and MurderCon is in 8, which is 8 weeks.
So I guess we're going to this place now.
Yeah.
It is absolutely up to you, as a living weapon was quite a curious thing to hear about. You have enough base weapons and guns and essentially like level 1 fodder, but having a bunch of people even with just level 1 fodder is better than them, trying to pick up rocks and throw it at undead.
Is it all level 1, or didn't you say we could upgrade ourselves with some of the stock?
Oh, there's other stuff here as well. There's flamethrower, there's let's see.
Is it just what's listed in the?
Those are the things of more interest, yes.
Okay.
So time to head back to the ship.
Oh, wait, I also forgot. You do technically have the on that loot list are the coordinates for the original asteroid that the Dark One comes from.
Yeah, the memory wiping asteroid.
The memory wiping asteroid, yes.
Yeah, I think we'll steer clear of it,
Okay.
unless we want to put a
Hey,
rocket
what's
on it.
this
and
thing
launch
about
it
the
maybe
Medi
us.
creature? Oh wait, no, that thing. I know what you're talking about now. Never mind.
I don't think any of us have the medical knowledge to dissect anything.
Yes, the tortured Agathian. We used to be a good lawful angel.
A good evil angel.
It is meant. If anybody
Yeah,
can do it.
medicine. And technically culture, but
So this
If you
one
want
ring of
to.
resistance Mark 1, is that the one ring that rules them all?
Oh,
On the treasury list.
I see it. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's the one ring of resistance Mark 1.
yeah.
No, I may have typed that in weird. Hold on.
Invisible, but you start having really dark thoughts.
Let me see. Shoot, where is it? Okay, there it is. I have so many different servers I'm a part of. I'm sorry. Let me see. 3 cred sticks worth 2,000 each. Specialized tools worth approximately 5,000, but we're not going to. You're using those. because those give a bonus whilst within the ship of a +2 to engineering checks with mechs. I'm going to edit that real quick. With mechs, vehicles, and ships. There is a pile of coinage gems and original art pieces worth 30k credits, scrap worth 4k credits in raw value and use, self-resuscitating suit, which is a two upgrade slot that has pre-existed settings to carry its unconscious owner to safety or further into combat. There is a set of 3 implants that are marked simply as eloquence, 2 firefly weapon grafts, a large black asteroid chunk that slowly erases an Ebb's history and memory away, coordinates of its origin in the diaspora. A set of collectible calligraphy pens with gold engravings worth approximately 2k in credits to the market, may be owned or expected elsewhere. Coordinates are included for its delivery. A set of books entitled Dig, A Penny for Your Thoughts, and Tempter's Choice. Only Dig appears to be magical. Weapons, a box of 4 frag Mark 1 grenades, a swoop hammer tactical, cryo pike tactical, zero rifle frostbite class, etc. 1 ring of resistance Mark 1. So that should just be ring of resistance Mark 1.
I can't find X-Gen gun tactical.
Should be like tactical X-Gen gun, but let's see.
Yeah, if it's tactical, it's probably
Yeah,
one.
Starfinder SRD. It is a heavy weapon.
Oh.
1d12 piercing. Capacity 80 rounds. Special automatic.
I was trying to look for like a small arms that I could use, but I didn't see any.
Here, heavy arms. Let me just send you the link to it.
Yeah.
I
think it's because it might be a rifle or a long gun. I'm not proficient with those.
I took a feat to be proficient in long guns myself, I think.
Yeah, I found it. It is 2-handed heavy. It's a heavy gun.
Yes. It's automatic.
That's why I'm not proficient with it.
What was reality pistol?
If you need a oh, I have a laser pistol Corona.
Sorry, I'm just checking. I thought
I need to equip that in my.
Yeah, no. Before, the one above that with the gambling table had laser pistol Corona and 2 arc pistol statics.
Oops,
Those
that's
first
why.
3 are all pistols.
Oh, okay, I didn't see because they were fired.
Yeah, and then there's the different things that you got out of the bar, which were 4 bottles of Firebelly, that gambling table with an ingrained AI, which is named D3 Ailer.
Oh, I already have that updated. Okay. So
Yeah.
the burn pistol, I have that one equipped, but I do have another pistol if you need one. I got laser.
You even have a keg with a keg with a sleeping ale elemental in it still.
That's not a pistol.
No, but it'd be funny to throw that at someone.
Actually, don't see arc pistol on small arms list.
I believe so.
That X-Gen gun's apparently a very large weapon.
Yeah. What was the gun again? Arc pistol?
X-Gen gun tactical, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I've got it. Arc pistol Aurora, arc pistol Static, and arc pistol Storm.
Doesn't seem like there's any thing I'm interested in, really. I mean, even the implants marked as eloquence, it just sounds like it's going to improve diplomacy-related stuff, which I give 0 shits about on this character.
It also gives you a language and a bonus in diplomacy with that language specifically. But yeah,
they're not actually sorted by level. They looked like they were. Oh, I could probably find it.
Well, the Project Eloquence thing was a Homemade.
I'm talking about Archives of Nepin.
So we returning to the ship?
I think so. Yeah, have static.
Arc pistol static. This property is stun. That's the only reason why I didn't get it.
So are we done with Starfinder for the night or what?
I think he's got the sun station made up.
I have a good portion of the next one ready. I wanted to talk about that, but everyone got paused to look at the treasury. And I was like, oh, I'll just shut up for right now.
Yeah. I've looked at it, there's nothing there.
15 minutes before I have to get off.
All right, then give me one moment. I get one roll. So come here, sloth. I get one D100 roll. So let's use this and this. 23. Ooh. 23. Oh, okay. As you're flying through space, there is a nearby vehicle. The ship's computers are sending out a message that the vehicle is out of fuel and requires immediate assistance.
Hmm.
And I have, what is it called? Culture checks.
I don't. Wait, what's culture? I think I have A plus to that just because of.
Honey Buani, this looks to be a slaver ship from Eox.
Oh boy.
Coil,
Yep.
it is indeed a. You are able to back up Hani on that observation. It is indeed a slaver ship from Eox. Perhaps one of you rode within one of these. The outside has large rib-like structures all around it, binding it together.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Ribbed for the prisoner's pleasure. Yes, exactly.
I mean, how long does it look like it's been here?
It looks like it's been here for 3 days.
Do we know how formidable this ship is compared to us, and how
Without
fuel,
an
I
active
imagine not
energy-
very.
Without an active energy source, not very.
all right, well, what about like the crew?
The crew would be, let's see. Crew of this type would have usually a fairly impressive captain, and then usually some middling to low tier undead under him.
Well, I mean, either way, if we found a stranded prisoner vessel,
You have.
we should probably we should definitely try to help.
Yeah.
Prison break, you know.
Agreed.
As you approach, a new hail is heard, and it is a voice speaking in common. Who goes there? Who is approaching this vessel? They're not speaking with the Eoxian undead sort of hiss that a lot of the undead have.
Oh, is voice only?
Yeah, it's voice only as you're approaching. There is no feed.
I'm trying to figure out if that's maybe Eoxian crew or if they took over.
All right, let's see. Sense motive. That accent sounds more like a Starfinder or a pirate. It sounds like it doesn't sound like an undead. It sounds like someone who's more well traveled, well footed than that.
Wait, is there no Eoxians left on this ship?
Not anymore. Unless
Oh,
you want
they-
to talk to the mulch we threw out into space, there isn't any more.
Oh, perfect then. We are here to help.
It'd be glorious. Then we'd be able to go back to the Diaspora.
Which one's
So
that?
you're just
The
lacking in fuel?
Diaspora is the this ship's only lacking fuel, and that allowed for the cells to suddenly have a odd failsafe where everything just flew open to allow us out.
That is
A
a weird
blessing and a
failsafe for an
boon.
Eoxian ship.
An odd one indeed, honestly. Mayhaps it's some. I haven't seen this type of ship in a while, but I think mayhaps there are a few kinks or mistakes in this one. But it worked to my favor, so you don't hear me complaining too much. Hani, the Diaspora is the asteroid belt, and most of the people within the asteroid belt are people that either make their homes on one of the larger asteroids. Usually, dwarves make their sort of fortress homes here and go from asteroid to asteroid, deep rock galactic style, and mine for rare rocks and materials. Others have. There are people that live on these comets. Some of them are large enough, or on these asteroids. Some of them are large enough to have been slightly terraformed and are the size of moons. Most of the Diaspora, though, is famous for holding pirates. And this does sound like a well-traveled individual.
I mean, I'd rather make friends with a pirate that kills Eoxians than, that a pirate that kills Eoxians die.
But I think it's fair that I state that.
Yeah, I think it's probably a decent assumption that they're pirates.
You think so?
I
You
don't
hear a
think
few
random
others.
civilians taken over the ship very effectively.
Do you ask if there are civilians, or
Yeah, we'll ask.
says no? Most of this was my crew before we were taken by Eoxians. I lost a number of them then, but I think I'm gonna take a further crack at this when I get the chance. Mulching a few more Eoxians would give me more sleep at night, I feel.
Oh,
Good, glad to
any
hear.
enemy of Eox is a friend of ours.
Excellent. My name's Black Cardinal.
Yeah, I was going to say culture check for that.
Black Cardinal is usually a mid-tier pirate,
Yeah.
middling thief, shall we say?
Up
Honey?
and comer.
An up-and-comer. He usually has a decent-sized squadron behind him. To hear that he was caught is an impressive feat. That probably meant there was a lot of loss on both sides. So letting him back out into the Diaspora would be really frustrating for Eox. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, frustration for Eox is, like I said, that's good for
That
us.
works for us.
He says, "And what's your group's name? Whose flag do you fly under?"
Team Shadow Fox.
Oh,
It is up to you. You can call your group as you wish.
That's a callback to a previous campaign, for those not in the know.
I don't know. We don't really have a group name. We just kind of happened to land together.
kind of just a ragtag group of dudes here.
Says a ragtag group is sometimes the best friends you can have in these troubled times.
Ragtag group making trouble for Eox.
Even better.
I'm sure we have extra fuel we can spare, yeah. I said I'm sure we have extra fuel we can spare to help them get on their way to, be able to fuel up again.
Yes.
We can probably, scavenge some fuel when we get there. If we need to. Yep. I imagine there's no checks necessary for helping these guys out. Am I muted?
Oh, here.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, someone sent me something. That's stupid. Say that again?
I don't imagine there's any checks we need to make for letting them have some fuel.
Nope. He sends 2 of his crew members out, and they only siphon enough that they're able to go to a nearby other set of coordinates where a fueling station is, and they'll work from there.
Just enough gas to get to the gas station, yeah.
Basically. So they don't siphon a huge amount. If you want to, you can roll sense motive or perception while they're doing this. Make sure they're not doing anything tricksy.
I will let them know that we're working with the space station we're working with, and if they
Working
feel
with
like
Adari.
working with Adari, and if they feel like being part of a larger attack on Eox at any point, they can offer. I'm sure their help will be welcome.
Let me look at my notes. All right. He says, "Well, I don't know. It seems fairly rich for our blood. What are you expecting once everything's going down there? Heard there was some sort of scuffle on Adari, but I don't know precises on it."
I'll fill him in on the details of his ejection.
As soon as you say you shot a black ziggurat off of a planet, he is laughing so hard. He's like, "You threw one of those damn things off a planet. Oh,
space
there's gonna be
station.
such hell to pay."
It was a space station, not a planet, but okay.
Off of it's a very large space station. It's in its own gravitational ring, so it's practically a planet. But he laughs for a bit and sighs. He's like, "Oh, there's gonna be so much hell to pay for that. I don't know. If I'm in the area, I'll try and come around on that. But I gotta get my gotta get the band back together now." With the Black Cardinal off of the board for any amount of time, you know how crews can get sometimes. They may have found other leaders. I may have to knock some heads together, make sure people are playing to the code, paying attention, worshiping. Oh shoot! There's an actual pirate god for Starfinder. I always wanted to say her name. Ah, dang it.
I always wanted to say her name. Don't know what it is, but I've always wanted to say it.
Yeah, I'll find it in a moment.
All right, so we wrapping up here?
Yes. Give me just one moment.
Okay.
It's not that one.
He really wants to say that name.
Besmara, yes, the goddess of piracy, space monsters, and strife.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, chaotic neutral, because piracy can be done against evil people as well.
Be Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm. You can play as Robin Hood under Bismara. As long as you're stealing. Her symbol is skull and crossbones. Ah, I love it.
Of course.
Of course it is. Space pirates. So happy. But yeah, we'll pause right here. The next time we're on, we will be approaching the Sunbox that is known as Sunbox. Oh gosh, what did I write there? Is that? I'm gonna rewrite that. Hold on.
Is this an issue of not being able to read your own handwriting?
Yes. One letter in particular. Jungle Box Yidia 8. And we'll be back once we are prepared for that. Poor Brock. He's heartbroken on the elemental plane of Earth. I want just like a small soap opera where it's like Brock's slowly trying to court other rock creatures.
Hopefully my counseling helps him recover a little soon.
Yeah, but every time he pauses, he's like, but I still miss her. He looks off into the distance. A single gem-like tear falls from his eyes.
You're
Clatters to the
trying to
ground.
sell this one, aren't you?
I really want more Brock. I wrote only half a page, but it's one of the odder things that I'm just like, I'm so glad I wrote this.
All right, well, if that's it for this session, I'm going to go ahead and stop stream here, get myself some food before we do Pathfinder, assuming we're still
Yeah,
on for
want
that.
some food too.
Hey, I'm gonna go get some food too.
All right.
Okay, you're playing Starfinder, Seb?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. See y'all in a little bit. Gonna get some food, and we'll be back with a continuation, I guess, of our Pathfinder vampire campaign.
I'll use this chance for a restroom break.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.